Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back, and this week I'm going to do a beginner's tips video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the flight ratings numbers on pretty much every disc brand out there, except Discraft uses these. A lot of people know it as the Innova system because they started it, but everybody else pretty much uses it. It's basically just the four numbers that you see on a disc, and for this video I'm going to be using one of my personal favorite discs, the Champion Firebird. Alright, so here you can see we have a close-up on the Firebird now, and you can see the numbers I'm talking about right here along the bottom. And the first number is a 9, the second number is a 3, the third number is a 0, and then the last number is a 4. And now what those numbers mean is that the first one is the speed of the disc. And so the speed is 9 for this. And what a lot of people get wrong with these numbers is they think that whenever they throw the disc, it's going to fly at a speed 9. And that's actually not the case. What it means is for you to get the disc to fly as it was designed for it to do what these numbers indicate, you have to throw it at a speed 9. If you throw it too slow, like if you were to throw it at a speed 6, then it's going to go to the left a lot. It's going to hook harder than it was designed to. And if you throw it at a speed 11 or 12, it's going to curve to the right more than it was designed to. So that's just kind of something that I notice a lot of people getting wrong. And I try and correct people and just let them know that, hey, that's not actually what that means. So here's what it really means. The second number here, the 3, is the glide of the disc. So how well the disc basically stays afloat in the air. And when I say afloat, I mean how much it's going to loft in the air, not if it's going to float in water or not. Some discs do, but most discs will sink in water. And then the third number is a 0. And that indicates how much the disc is going to turn. So if you're a right-hand backhand thrower, it indicates how much the disc is going to curve off to the right. So if that's a 0, obviously, like this, it's going to stay really straight. And then it's not going to curve to the right at all. And then a 4 indicates the low-speed fade, which is, once the disc starts slowing down, how much it's going to hook back to the left. And again, that's with a right-hand backhand throw. If you're left-hand backhand or right-hand forehand, it's going to be the opposite, so how much it's going to fade to the right. And then if you're left-hand forehand, it's the exact same as a right-hand backhand. And so you can see by these numbers that this disc doesn't want to go to the right at all. It's going to go to the left every time, and that's why I like this disc so much, is because it is so consistent, and it goes to the left every time. So let me go grab a couple more discs and I'll show you something that's going to be really understable. Alright, so here you can see I've grabbed a Innova Blizzard Champion Vulcan, and this disc is very understable. You could tell by the numbers already that it's a 13 speed, so it goes really fast. It's a 5 for glide, so it's going to hang in the air for a lot longer than the Firebird, which was a 3. The third number, which is the high speed turn, is a -4. And the Firebird was a 0, so that meant the Firebird stayed really straight, but the Vulcan is going to go way off to the right. And then the last number is a 2, which means it's going to fade back at the end to the left a little bit. So if you throw this disc flat, it's going to curve to the right twice as far as it is going to fade back to the left at the end. So it's going to actually land to the right of where you released it on a flat release. If you were to throw it with a little bit of hyzer, it would probably flip up, go to the right a little bit, and then come back to the left and land pretty straight. But again, you have to throw it at a speed 13 there. You have to get it going fast enough for it to fly like this. If you were to throw this disc like a mid-range, it probably wouldn't turn at all because you're throwing it so much slower than it needs to be thrown. And then one last thing that I want to clear up with people is if you have a disc like this Champion Starfire here, where there's no numbers on it at all. You can't see, you try and look at the rim, you're not totally sure, you ask a couple friends, they don't know. What I like to do is I just go online, and I just check online and see, what people say. And the main website that I go to for that is a website called infinitediscs.com. I'll throw a link in the description for them. They have ratings for every disc out there. Even if the disc is brand new, they have the flight numbers for it. Even all the Discraft stuff, they have flight numbers for those. And I found their numbers to be extremely accurate. So definitely check them out if you have a disc you're not sure what the ratings are. And that's all I got today, guys. The giveaway, I'm going to announce the winner in next week's video, and so I'll see you guys then. Peace.